invite His Excellency Mr. Pius Dunaiski, the High Commissioner of the Republic of Namibia.
I will be very short because I always have been part of this kind of talks, this kind of dialogues between African ambassadors and business people. We went many places. And I found out that we do an overload of information which is just not fair for anybody to consume so much, do and remember all of that. But I just want to give you a little taste of Namibia so that perhaps I will attract your attention. You will call me, we will sit down here. I have an office in Vasan Vihar, not very far. That place where we are by international law is small Namibia, so the police can do you nothing. They cannot take your banknotes from you, not your gold. So you are very welcome to come and visit me, and then we can arrange. Because I'm a very practical person, a little bit different in the sense that I believe bureaucracy is really a pain in the neck. I operate differently. I listen to you and I assess you. I know what are the needs of Namibia, and I know where I can. I was lucky enough to know a couple of people, been long in the system, so I know where to direct you, where you must go. I put up a meeting with you, or I arrange a Namibian to come and see your plant, and because things doesn't happen over over distances. We have to move. And so I believe, as I said earlier, on behalf of the Dean, he never even sanctioned what I was saying, that we must translate our good intentions in real thing. A man who's really an example, you gave him 10 out of 10, is your new Prime Minister. I mean, never has a Prime Minister took on the world like this. It's almost like a rock star in New York. He's a rock star in Johannesburg, in Durban. He's a rock star in Nairobi. Wherever he travels, this man, there's this proudness, a rising proudness of Indians that are saying, oh. And when he goes to Japan, Russia, China, America, you hear, I don't even know what is a crore. No, I'm joking. But it's hundreds, lakhs of crores of investment he is bringing back. And that is really an example. You will not develop India by sitting here, or merely think that you will just find, as it was so well said by my sister, that you will find a nice place where you can offload some of your goods. I think Namibia and even Africa, we want to become with you a developed world. The Africa we want is an industrialized of a continent at peace with itself, with a very strong political and diplomatic weight in the world. That's what we are moving for. And anything that doesn't go with that policy will never go, will never fly. Namibia held in November an investment conference. And I think there was a talk of the guy who's the head of the Economic Commission for Africa. It's a great economic brain, Lopez. And Lopez said in that window of 2 weeks when we held our investment conference, there were 15 other investment conferences just in Africa. Countries like Tunisia, you know, this is the name of the game. People are going everywhere trying to attract investors. And we got more than 1,000 people coming from all over the world, descending into Namibia for a massive investment conference. So successfully that 15 IT companies from India attended, and they had a special summit with IT companies in Namibia. And so there's so much we start reaping now. So there's a drive. All of us know, or most of you will know, Namibia is the country with the oldest desert. There's only one ambassador in the world that takes me on that, is the Mongolian ambassador. He said the Mongolian desert is older than the Namib desert. But I think it is a scientific fact that we started the deserts in the world. Desert started in Namibia. And the worst case of Namibia, it has 2 deserts. It's the only country with 2 deserts. Other countries have 1. We have 2. We have the Namib Desert, which is terrible, dry, and then we have the Kalahari Desert, we share with Botswana and South Africa. But in some people, you know, mythologically will say, this is a country God made in anger. Little water, which is a problem. 2 deserts, small population of 2.4 million people. But Namibia has positioned itself in such a way that it's becoming the logistic hub of Africa. That our port, Walvis Bay, is being massively expanded. Not only are we doing very well when it comes to sea travel, but even, air travel. Usually it's Nairobi or Joburg if you go to Africa. Those are the 2 hubs. I don't know, somebody 6 months ago just started to realize, hey, why should I go to Joburg with all that congestion? And we have now KLM, direct flight from Amsterdam. We have ET, Ethiopian direct. We have Condor, direct from Germany. We have our own one, which is 5 times. So all of a sudden, our airports cannot handle all the people that are coming in as tourists. And so there's something happening. There's a momentum that we have created in Namibia. We're very proud of it. And it's a country terribly enriched or endowed with minerals. Talk about diamonds, we have the best gem diamonds in the world. They will take few Namibian diamonds and mix it with from other countries to make the parcel more sellable. We have a technology that we have developed, the only country in the world, and mind you, it's an African country and it is a small country. The only technology to go offshore and to sweep diamonds from the bottom of the sea. We have 2, and I think we're going to commission another boat and so on. Technology that is nowhere in the world, but we can suck diamonds by thousands of carats from the bottom of the sea. We have zinc. Vedanta has bought a massive mine in the south of Namibia. It's an Indian company. They just sold it to a Canadian company this week. But India has also come in big there for investing in our minerals and mining. Uranium, I think at present discoveries, we may be the world's #1. We have signed an agreement with the Indian government. The Indian government wants to increase its energy consumption from nuclear energy from 4% to about 25% or 20%. They already signed agreements with the Americans to build them big reactors and so on. And we are working very hard to go and navigate through all these international conventions and problems and nuclear suppliers groups and nuclear politics and so on. So if there's one thing, if I want to leave this country, which I must pull off, then I can go to my farm and drink my sour milk and so on, than it is to arrange, to make sure that that agreement between India and Namibia on uranium sale will come into fruition. On good governance, I don't want to say too much. You guys will think this guy is taking a real brag. Our president, last president, not the present one, has won the Mo Ibrahim Prize of leadership. It's a prize with the highest value, higher than the Nobel Prize in terms of money. You get $5 million prize if you are voted by a very strict regime. They really comb over everything, your press of freedom, your this, your human rights, your independent judicial, all those things. They comb through and they have come to the realization Namibia is number one. And we got that prize. It says it all. We have the freest press in Africa. I know the Indian press is very, very assertive. I watch TV a lot here, but we have. I'm done. I just want to say to you, as Indians, you have a prime minister that has shown the way. The way is globalization. The way is to go out there and develop your country. The way is like what Mr. Chandra says, let's be achievers with a lot of compassion. Don't sit here and think this is the world. The world is a big place. When my current president came to power, he changed the name of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to the Ministry of International Relations and Cooperation. So we said, but for 25 years we have this name, now we must change the name of the ministry. Why? He said, in a global village, everybody knows each other. There's no more foreigners. Don't regard yourself as a foreigner. You are a Namibian, you are an African, you are most welcome. Please come. Thank you very much.